In this video I'm going to be showing you how to access and build the Pack-a-Punch machine on Tranzit. Now before you can begin this you will need to have built the turbine. If you don't know how to build the turbine, I have a link down in the description as well as a pinned comment on how to do this. Once you've built the turbine and picked one up and brought it with you, head over to the power station. Once at the power station, come over to this shed here which you normally use to drop down to get into the power room. As soon as you drop down, if you look on the wall behind you, you'll see that there is a big metal door with an electricity sign on it. You will simply want to get your turbine out and place this down in front of the door. Do bear in mind that you want to make sure that there are no zombies near you at the time, or else they will start attacking your turbine, and you don't want them to do this as they will break it. So kill any zombies that are nearby to make sure that doesn't happen. Once you place down your turbine by that door, you'll need to head all the way over to town and come inside of the bank. What you'll notice is there is a giant safe door at the back of the bank here on the wall. Cook and throw a grenade in front of that door and it will blow the safe door open so you can go inside. Head on inside and then you'll notice down the end of the corridor there is another safe door. Once again, cook a grenade and throw it in front of that door to blow it open. Then once you head inside that door, you should notice if your turbine is still alive and it's still powering that door over at the power station, you will now see a staircase that you can enter in order to go downstairs to where Pack-a-Punch is located. However, if you see this safe with a power sign on it in front of you, this means that your turbine has either been destroyed or has just broken down from too much use, and you will need to go and get a new turbine and place it down in front of that metal door over at the power station and come back here once again. Head down the staircase into this new area. Unlike other maps, you actually need to build the Pack-a-Punch machine before you can start using it. And once you find a part for the Pack-a-Punch, you can only hold one part at a time, so you'll need to pick up one part, put it on the bench, and then do the same for the other parts. There are 3 parts for the Pack-a-Punch machine. The main bodywork only has one spawn location. As for the other 2 parts, the battery and also the wooden frame, those have 3 spawn locations. They're in the following areas. So the first part location for the wooden frame, if you come from the entrance staircase and come over to the right here, it can be found on top of these cages just here. Second spawn area, if you come from the entrance staircase and come down to the left hand side here and walk down the hallway towards this zombie barrier, you can find the wooden frame on top of these crates. The final location, if you come from the workbench and run down the corridor here nearly to the very end of it, where you can see these 2 crates next to the zombie barrier, you can find the wooden frame leaning up against them there. First spawn area for the battery, if you come from the bottom of the entrance staircase and just come straight over to the right here in between these 2 set of cages, you can find it on the floor here. Second spawn location for the battery, if you come from the metal cages by the staircase entrance from earlier and come down the hallway and come around the corner here, you'll notice that the second boxes over here on the left hand side by the wall, the battery can spawn in front of them just there. The final spawn location for the battery can be found on these metal crates behind the one that we were just at a moment ago. It is literally just sitting on top of this one here, which is right next to the workbench. The main bodywork frame you can always find in its exact same spawn location every time, which is right next to the left hand side of this zombie barrier by these cages, which is next to the staircase entrance on the opposite side of the wall. Once you've got all the parts and have placed them onto the workbench and built the Pack-a-Punch, you can now use the Pack-a-Punch machine. You can now place any weapon you want in there and Pack-a-Punch it to upgrade it. Once you've upgraded a weapon and you leave the Pack-a-Punch area to go back up to the bank area, if you do this you will notice that the door will close behind you. Once the door closes behind you, you will no longer have access to the Pack-a-Punch area. In order to regain access to Pack-a-Punch once again, you will need to go and get a turbine and place it down in front of that metal door over at the power station once again, and then run back over to the bank here to go back into the Pack-a-Punch area. Otherwise, that's all there is to this video. I hope you guys found it useful. If you need another guide to Transit or any other zombies map, there'll be links to those down in the description as well as the pinned comment. Otherwise, I'll see you all in the next video.